We rolling? Page 41. I had some positive affirmation last night on the Super Bowl. Did you watch the big game?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did you watch it, Logan?
Yes, sir.
Did you see a commercial that stuck out that had a bouncing QR code? What did you do?
I did not scan it.
Did anybody else scan it, though, with you?
Everybody at the bar did.
Everybody in the bar scanned it. So, page 41 of my book, Restaurant Marketing That Works, and I believe this is also my last book, Spend to Build. So one of the tactics, you're brand new, you've not heard this, one thing I always talk about is if you're going to be smart with your marketing dollars, you can either outsmart or you can outspend. Everybody on the Super Bowl last night could outspend each other. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, they can all outspend each other, which, by the way, the NFL had a commercial during the Super Bowl. Did you see that? I mean, we know we're watching the NFL, but whatever. Maybe they got a free one. But you can either outsmart or outspend. Well, the majority of small businesses can't outspend each other, can't outspend Applebee's and Chick-fil-A, restaurants in our case, but they can outsmart. Last night, Coinbase outsmarted everybody because I talk about attract, build, retain. In this case, spend to build, not to sell. They didn't spend money to sell Doritos or Mountain Dew. They spent money to get people to take an action, which was scan a QR code, which took you to a website, which we'll go to it in a second here, had 2 questions. So I want to break this down. So number one, before I go any farther, what this reminded me of was the episode of The Office. I digress. It is satisfying. And I grew up in the 80s and 90s when the internet was early on, and that was your screensaver bouncing everywhere. So last night, the affirmation that we're on the right path, and it's cool because for me, I've been talking about attract, build, retain, but also spend to build. You should be spending your marketing dollars and efforts to build a database or a following. If you're Doritos and Pepsi and those companies, you can buy a commercial for what, $6-7 million in the Super Bowl and just brand the hell out of it because that's who you are. You have what they call in the marketing world FU money. But if you're Coinbase, probably pretty significantly backed by people way smarter than me, but they don't have the ad dollars that Mountain Dew has. They need to make their dollars count. And so when they spent, I think they said it was a 60-second commercial last night. So it's upwards of like $10 to $12 million they spent for that commercial. They didn't run a commercial talking about Coinbase. They ran a QR code, as my wife called it, she called it a QR code thingy. I'm like, oh, that actually is a QR code. And she's like, whatever, leave me alone. But everybody I was there with, we had 5, my son and 4 of his buddies and me and my wife. My phone was sitting over on a different table because I didn't want it near me to bug me. But all 5 of the kids and my wife all scanned it. And what I loved about it, and see if this works if we can scan it, because this really says a lot about marketing too. This preaches a lot of what I preach. One of the problems I have with marketing, with acquisition marketing, is businesses send people to a place where they can do too much. We as consumers like to click stuff left and right. I come here, there's no menu. There's literally sign up and get $15 free, opt in to win $3 million. So if you're already a customer, already have Coinbase, click here to win $3 million. Don't have it, sign up and get 15 free. So they use their advertising attention on the biggest platform in the world, the Super Bowl, to run something that was catchy, because we've all sat there and watched that damn thing bounce back and forth, made it a QR code, and forced people to go to a place where they had 2 options. Sign up and give us your data for a chance or to get your $15, or if you're a current customer, click here to show us the engagement. Attract, build, retain. They attracted attention. They built a traffic pattern there because all those people can be retargeted from the Google and Facebook pixel and all those other ones. They then built the database for the people who opted in for the first time for their 15, and then they re-engaged their current Coinbase subscribers by getting them into a contest. So for me, little old Matt Plapp, it's pretty cool because I tell a lot of small businesses, you've got blue ocean, red ocean. The red ocean is all about playing the same water all the sharks are in. There's blood in the water from everybody killing each other. That sounds kind of bad when you say it out loud. When the shark's killing everything. There we go. Whereas the blue water is where nobody else is playing. The blue ocean is where there's nobody playing. Small businesses aren't doing this. And it's there. We preach it all the time to our clients. Attract, build, retain. Page 41 of my book, published a year and a half ago, and I think my other book from 3 years ago had it too. Spend to build, not sell. Don't advertise to sell your product. Don't advertise that thing to say, hey, go to Coinbase and become a customer. They spent their money to build traffic to a place that got data. Yep. If that doesn't show that the stuff we're teaching small independent restaurant owners at a local level, if that's not the attribution, the affirmation, the confirmation that you need, that businesses like ours are on the right path to help you, then I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to go back and watch in the office.